burden of diabetes in this country is the heaviest it has ever been in our history. And whereas the common form of diabetes, type 2 diabetes, was a disease of older people, it's now emerged that it's very common in middle age and becoming increasingly common among our children.
Right now, about 40% of the increase in diabetes is due to longevity. And about another 40% is because of obesity. And then another 20% is because we're getting older and obese, the interaction together. So it's a lot. That if we're not careful, we might be one of the last generations to live longer than our parents and grandparents.
It's time to gift your home with style from Tidua Furniture that will suit any occasion, with prices that are unmatched with the quality of our furniture and comfort that will have you feeling like royalty. Make Tidua Furniture your next stop. Located in the Wongs Plaza, Madera Street, telephone 325-4250 and 325-4252. Tidua Furniture, where style, price, and comfort has no limit. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
There's a spark of greatness in each of us. That spark is called personality. Individual gifts and talents provide the fuel to set that spark ablaze. Each child has the right to an education which values their personality and nurtures their talents, while teaching them to be respectful to their parents and their cultures.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, the Minister for Grand Bahama highlights the investments on the island. Plus, the Department of Public Service is closely examining the 52-week program. And the actions of police officers called into question after a fatal shooting incident. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, the Office of the Prime Minister's press briefing was held outside of the nation's capital for the first time today at the Ministry for Grand Bahama. Minister responsible for the island, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, was on hand addressing investor confidence on the island, outlining several major investments that are in the pipeline. Our Aja Quant was there and joins us live. Aja, what exactly has the minister said on the topic of investment for Grand Bahama?
Well, she calls herself chief of promoting what exactly happens or is available here on the island of Grand Bahama. Well, today, Ramiko, at the OPM press briefing, the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, diving head first while dishing out on all investments that are here on the island. As the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie says that the investments on the island demonstrate strong investor confidence.
We have a major transshipment terminal. We have distribution and logistics capabilities. We have a free trade zone in this area.
But what are some of those investments? Well, among the projects on tap for Grand Bahama is the $200 million Carnival Cruise Port, which the minister says is just 2 weeks off from its scheduled track.
Carnival is proceeding very well. I'm excited about the progress there. We get monthly updates on what's going on.
And then there is the O2 development, which includes high-spec properties, exclusive custom-built homes, all with the option of canal frontage and boat dockage.
O2 development, that's proceeding very well. The land was cleared, the infrastructure is there, and I believe that's going to create additional opportunities for our people here in terms of employment.
On February 20th of this year, it was announced that Equinor, the East Grand Bahama oil terminal, was sold to the Luwafan Group with a phased launch as part of a $100 million relaunch.
It is exciting what's going to be happening there. Within, I would say, 2 months, you should have about 300 people on that job site that begins the construction for the redevelopment of that Lewathon, which is in East Grand Bahama.
And she says that there's more as new investments are still rolling out.
Heroic concrete groundbreaking that will take place on the 25th. Of this month, and that is exciting news because we know we've had a lot of issues when it comes to building and not having the concrete supplies that we needed, and so that's happening.
Well, Ramiko, the minister says that the government will be promoting all what Grand Bahama has to offer at an upcoming trade and investment mission in Africa, while continuing to build a stronger relationship with that country. Live here at the Harold de Gregory building, I'm Azure Quant. Back to you in studio.
Thanks, Azure. Well, also attending the briefing, Senator Kirkland Russell calling for a breakfast program for school children who are on the lunch program. Here's Azure Quant.
Let me say that there is a whole lot of need on the island of Grand Bahama.
That is the response from Deputy Director of Urban Renewal, Senator Kirkland Russell, when asked if there was an increase of children in the lunch program. Emphasizing the pressing need within the communities, the senator has shed light on the challenges faced by underprivileged children, noting that the urban centers have been doing their part to render assistance where needed.
Our team in the various centers will reach out to the team leaders at social services to ensure that those persons are registered for the various programs and assistance that are needed.
Senator Russell says the Urban Renewal team, along with community officers, consistently tour schools and walk about in the communities.
We are heavily involved with all the public schools on this island.
In a passionate plea, Senator Russell calls for a breakfast program to be urgently put in place, as he believes in the power of a nutritious breakfast to set the foundation for a successful day of learning.
There is no question in my mind that we will have to come to the table and look at a comprehensive breakfast program, the same as we have our lunch program, for the persons who are requiring those meals.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Azure Quant.
In other news, the Department of Public Service is keenly analyzing the 52-week program in a bid to bring normalcy to the lives of many 52-week program workers who have, in some cases, not been regularized in after a decade. Raven Davis reports.
To the persons on the 52-week program who are waiting, I would say that you need not be concerned. We are in the middle of a process of analyzing everyone that has been on the program historically, seeing where you are, and preparing to regularize.
State Minister for the Public Service, the Honorable Pia Glover-Roll, giving that bit of encouragement to many 52-week program workers, most of whom have still not been regularized. She contends that an exercise has been engaged by the Ministry of Public Service last year to ascertain information on these individuals, then request letters of recommendation from the respective ministries.
Once they've been employed in a ministry for 52 weeks, the ministry should send a recommendation to say that they would like to keep them or they would like to redeploy them. If they are to keep them, then these persons are then made temporary month to month, on to permanent and pensionable, and they are attached to their various ministries.
But regrettably, that had not been done in a while. However, she says persons on the current program will be regularized and placed on temporary month-to-month contracts at the end of their term.
Now, I've heard complaints, people say that last year or 2021, persons were confirmed immediately. That was prior to our administration, and yes, we are aware of persons who would have been brought on the program immediately and given letters. Well, that's not the way the program is set up to work. We assess your skills, place you in the right post for your skill set or your qualifications, and after that 52-week period, then you're placed on a temporary month-to-month, which is a trajectory towards permanent and pensionable.
Now, Glover-Roll says the program has been keenly analyzed, and the ministry is seeking to ameliorate as soon as possible to bring a sense of normalcy to the lives of those workers. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Well, thanks, Raven. Aquaculture, which is the growing of fish in a closed environment, has been something that the government has been encouraging through the Bahamas Agriculture and Marine Science Institute, better known as BAMSI, in this report. The practice of the aquaculture appears to be taking off here on Grand Bahama. Jay Philippe fills us in.
The Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Chester Cooper, along with the Minister of Agriculture, Marine Resources and Family Island Affairs, the Honorable Clay Sweeting, visited Blue Water Organic Farm located in Freeport, where young entrepreneur Michael Johnson has been producing shrimp at a rapid rate.
What he's doing is a bit of fish farming. He's growing shrimp, and the Minister of Agriculture is here. We're going to see how we can support him. And I indicated to him that I'm coming back in 6 months for a bag of shrimp, along with the Minister for Agriculture.
Minister Clay Sweeting, who has a background in farming, applauded Michael Johnson on his farming project, which has been evolving over the years.
Being a former fisherman and coming here to this farm to see Michael Johnson, who's very excited about getting invested and involved in shrimp farming. The Deputy Prime Minister spoke earlier about him being a graduate of BAMSI, and I just think that speaks to what BAMSI can produce and what BAMSI can achieve, and where we're headed with that institution as well.
The Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, adds that Blue Water Organic Farm is in line with a recent initiative that the ministry recently introduced.
We have launched this program called Innovate 242, and Agritech is going to play a key role in that. I'm so happy that they're here today in Pine Ridge. This is where Michael Johnson Shrimp Farm is, and just excited to see the support that he will get for this project.
According to Michael Johnson, the shrimps at the farm are about 2 months. However, in the next 3 months, the shrimps will be just about ready for sale and consumption.
We are doing here perfectly coincides with the government agenda, with being self-sufficient, as well as the agreement they made with CARICOM by lessening the food imports by 25%. Blue Water Organic could definitely contribute to that, and that's exactly what we are doing right here.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jay Philippe.
In other news, the wife of the Prime Minister making a significant contribution by donating 50 breadfruit trees to a local farmer in East Grand Bahama. The gesture is in commemoration of the Bahamas' 50th independence anniversary. Simone Davis has more in this report.
A dedicated farmer known for his excellent produce received a generous donation of breadfruit trees from the wife of the Prime Minister, Mrs. Anne Marie Davis. The donation aims to support Mr. Johnson in preserving his breadfruit stock while also promoting agrotourism on the island.
It will also help him because his whole farm was damaged during Hurricane Dorian. He lost all his animals, he lost all his crops, except for the 2 breadfruit trees that survived Dorian, but were accidentally plowed by the machine that cleared the land. So I wanted to help replace that and also give him a start for his agritourism business that he had going.
These trees are not only a source of food and income for us, but also a key attraction for tourists who are interested in experiencing our local agriculture. She emphasized the benefits of breadfruit trees in promoting climate control. Breadfruit trees are known for their ability to absorb carbon dioxide, a major greenhouse gas responsible for climate change. By planting more of these trees, she says, we can actively contribute to reducing our carbon footprint and mitigating the effects of climate change.
It's all about climate control and how to move forward, climate smart, with climate resilience in mind, ocean cleanliness, clean atmosphere. The breadfruit tree is perfect for this because, like I talked about, the sequestering of carbon in the tree trunk, the bark, the roots, shove it in the soil, keep it for 100 years. You cannot go wrong with a breadfruit tree.
Apart from donating the breadfruit trees, Mrs. Davis also took a moment to plant one of the trees herself, symbolizing her commitment to environmental preservation and climate control. She further revealed her plans to use the trees to tackle the country's food crisis.
I plan to plant a lot more breadfruit trees because I plan to, just help cure the hunger crisis that we have, help with the food security. Of course, the breadfruit is just one part of what we need. We need our greens as well, and we need all other products. But breadfruit is such a staple product. And if you have nothing else, you can survive on the breadfruit tree. For, like the studies have said, 10 years or more, a family of 4. So you cannot go wrong with a breadfruit tree.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Simone Davis.
You are watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news when we come back.
You asked for it, you've got it. A new plant nursery, fully loaded with everything you need. And extended hours, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. To make way for new inventory, Dolly Madison Home Center is slashing prices on all Whirlpool and GE refrigerators. Dolly's got the perfect Whirlpool and GE refrigerators, discounted to suit your needs. Pizza Hut for delivery, carry-out, and curbside. Order today. Call us at 352-9191. Pizza Hut Freeport.
Saturday, May 20th, it's a day of celebration for the entire family. Celebrate our independence with a beach retreat at the GB Sports Complex beginning at 12:30 under the patronage of the Honorable Ginger Moxie MP and Minister for Grand Bahama.
Visit Island Care Pharmacy on Explorers Way, next to Tico's Clothing Store. They offer the best in pharmaceutical health care and medical supplies. Take advantage of their medical discount plan today. Island Care Pharmacy, phone 602-0932.
Come and see the cabinets and countertops in stock now at Specialty Kitchen and Bath, number 16 Oak Street, phone 688-9661.
That is where the one you can trust. Oh yeah. Better than the rest. We already passed the test. Cause that is where the one you can trust. We make sure when you win, we pay you right away. No piece of money and no need to come back another day. Sure when you win, you get all your money one time. That's how we do it. You leave with every dime. Chances is the one you can trust.
Chances reminds you that game response.
Oh my God, but I'm proud to be Bahamian. Ah, yeah. Hey. We're rich in culture, we can swim, choke, canoe. Fishing and sailing, just to name a few, free from bondage. That was our heritage. Ah, yeah. Our nation isn't perfect, there is more work to be done. Forward, upward, and onward towards the rising sun. Yes, we should be proud. It's time to say it loud. Oh, drop your flag, wave it from side to side. Aqua, gold, and black represents your pride. Lift your head and say, I'm a proud Bahamian.
So at Island Care Pharmacy, we're a patient care pharmacy, which means we first offer pharmaceutical prescription items. We refill your medication. We also provide NIB drug plan. We have a treatment room. We specifically cater to diabetic needs, birth control shots. You can come and get that here. Any outpatient services that may be needed. Small wound care. We have wheelchairs, crutches, walkers. Also, if you need something for casting, wristbands. So we have the spirometers. We have humidifiers and oximeters. We have your Lancet devices, your needles. We have your test strips. We have over-the-counter items such as your deodorants, your feminine items, general store items, just for the convenience of shopping. And Island Care hours of operation is Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. The phone number is 602-0932. Island Care Pharmacy is located in the Explorers Way Plaza, located directly opposite Scotiabank and the post office.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Family members of a young man shot and killed by police are raising concerns about the officers' actions. Police say officers were called to the residence of Daniel Stirrup, a 23-year-old man who suffered from a mental illness. Upon their arrival, they encountered Stirrup standing on the balcony holding 2 machetes. The situation quickly escalated, leading to a deadly turn of events, following a brief interaction between the officers and the victim. We must caution viewers that the footage about to be shown is graphic. A total of 6 shots fired from a police officer's service weapon, resulting in the death of 23-year-old Daniel Stirrup. The incident occurred when police were called to the Stirrup's residence, where the victim, according to family members, resided along with his siblings. When officers arrived, they met the young man standing on the balcony holding 2 machetes. The situation quickly escalated, leading to a tragic outcome following a brief interaction between the officers and Daniel.
This is a tragedy that has really devastated the hearts of our family, the entire Stirrup family.
A family member of the deceased, Jamal Brown, says the incident has reopened a painful wound for his family, adding to their sorrow. 8 years ago, they endured another tragic loss when Daniel's father, Dwayne Stirrup, was stabbed to death by his mother, who suffers from schizophrenia.
As the family, we have forgiven her. We have moved on from the fact that, we don't see her as a murderer or a criminal, but someone with mental illness who, she did something that it was beyond her control. And so again, when we look at what happened 2 Sundays ago, the grief and the emotions and everything, it was overwhelming, simply because we have not really healed from that moment back in 2015.
Now, according to an interview with ZNS News the day following the police-involved shooting, Assistant Superintendent of Police Stephen Roll says that officers went to investigate an attempted break-in to an apartment complex, and that is when they encountered a young man brandishing 2 cutlasses. They repeatedly told him to lay down his weapons, but he refused. Daniel was the eldest of 4 siblings who recently moved in together. According to Brown, it was only several months ago when his siblings began to notice a change in his behavior. He believes there should have been an alternative method used to de-escalate the situation, considering that police was aware of Danny's mental health condition.
There was no need for another 5 shots after he was down the very first time. And so for us, we're devastated. We're absolutely broken. And there is a cry for justice.
The Stirrup family, already burdened by the heartbreaking murder of their father at the hands of their incarcerated mother, now faces yet another devastating blow, the loss of their oldest brother.
And what I want to say specifically about that night, yes, Danny had a cutlass. Remember, they saw trauma most of their lives with their mom. They didn't know how to respond to that. Calling the police, they had no idea that this would end up happening. They were not in that apartment. Okay, they were watching from the outside, but he was trying to get back into his home.
In their time of immense grief, the family is in dire need of mental, spiritual, physical, and financial support to assist the remaining young adults as they prepare to lay their oldest brother to rest. A GoFundMe campaign has been set up. Now, ZNS News has learned that the matter has been forwarded to the coroner's office. Well, in other news, Chief Firefighter Eli Esquires and his team initiated and took to the streets and neighborhood of Pinders Point and 8 Mile Rock this week to distribute smoke detectors throughout Grand Bahama, Nassau, and the Family Islands. The Royal Bahamas Police Force Fire Department distributed smoke detectors. Sergeant Darren Russell says, encouraging everyone to acquire this life-saving device.
Putting fire first and safety is one of our first things that we want to carry out in the community to prevent the spread of fires throughout our communities where homes are being burned down, and it can also save the lives of individuals. We also like to encourage the public to invest in a fire extinguisher, because after being alerted, a fire extinguisher could help you to prevent your home from totally being destroyed in the initial stage of any fire.
Sergeant Russell shares that the smoke detectors are quick and easy to set up in the home and encourages everyone to get one.
Well, smoke detectors are not very expensive, but if you can't afford it, there are other ways and means that you can look into to actually having a smoke detector from various agencies presented to you. But we will continue this as we support the community throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
And now it's time for your check on sports with Jay Philippe.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe and welcome to Sports Championship action at the Grand Bahama Secondary School Athletic Association Soccer Championships at the YMCA Field. LIS, St. George's Jaguars, BMES, who will be this year's champions in the girls and boys division. The crowd came out in droves to witness who would take the title in the senior girls game between LIS and BMES. After a slow start in the first half, BMES came back in the second half, led by Kylie Murray, who would score on this kick. The Warriors would go on to win the title with a final score of 3-1. Kylie Murray was also named MVP.
Mindset was actually win, especially since with the scheduling. This is our third game in 3 days. They don't really play soccer like that, but I just had to tell them hydrate from Monday, hydrate, get rest. And I'm so proud of these girls because they're right in BGCSE right now. Just from exams here, so I'm so proud of them.
The game was good. All of our players, all my teammates worked very good. We wanted to focus, we wanted to bring it, and we wanted to win.
In the senior boys showdown, LIS took on the Jaguars of St. George's. After losing in the girls' title game, LIS made sure that their boys would not have the same results, dominating this game 4-0 over St. George's. Andrew Lane was named MVP. Switching gears now in sports, the Tabernacle Falcons celebrated its school's 10th consecutive high school track and field championships at the school's campus. The athletic program also recognized their character athletes, boys and girls basketball teams, and volleyball team.
We should not dwell in the winning and losing aspects of sports only, but instead in teaching our children in gaining the experience and attaining a better sense of sportsmanship.
Tabernacle, you showed up and you showed out. All of you athletes have made both the school and your parents very proud, and we clearly saw your hard work and dedication to your craft.
And finally in sports, the WNBA season kicks off Friday, May 19th. The 2021 League MVP Grand Bahamian superstar Jonquel Jones, New Look New York Liberty, will play on the road against the Washington Mystics. Jones is also a four-time WNBA All-Star. And that's your quick check on sports, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
New this month at Island Bedding and Furniture. 5- and 7-piece dining room sets. Gorgeous natural wood dining tables and bench sets in mango, acacia, or shisham wood, and your pick of additional chairs. All new living room pieces, including sectional, TV stands, accent tables, and more. For the bedroom, we're all about platforms, unbelievable prices, and no box spring required. Come on down to Island Bedding and feast your eyes on prices you have to see to believe.
Hi, I would like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Shoes on your feet.
John West Shoes is now open. Carmichael West, Nassau, behind Wendy's.
Esquire Men's Freeport has got your boys covered. Boys suits, dress shirts, and smart bow ties available in all sizes. Call them today at 352-8816. Esquire's located in the Lucayan Shopping Center.
Bang, bang-a-lang, bang-a-lang. Y'all already know who this is, and y'all already know what this is. Freeport, Grand Bahama. It's your turn, baby. It's your turn. We coming down there, and we coming to throw nothing but a rake and spray party. It's the Road to 50 celebrations, West End edition. You hear me? This is the West End edition, so you know I ain't been down there in a minute, so it's got to be nothing but a movie cutting out there. Me and a lot of artists gonna come out there, and we coming to perform the Tear Up Commissioners Field on May 28th. Freeport, this is the All Bahamian Music Concert just for you, West End. We blowing this up just for you. So when you hear Puzzle Reach and I say my birthday, come again. How old are you now? My birthday, come again. So I can party all night. Record script, this Bahamian record script. We're playing. We got this movie. Grand Bahama, get ready. West End, get ready. It's nothing but a party May 28th. Don't meet me there. Beat me there.
Sunland, Tabernacle, Bishop Michael Eldon, St. George's, 8 Mile Rock, and Jack Hayward all participated in this year's relaunch of the Battle of the Brains.
Nico Nasford here from the Fitness Connection. Welcome to Health Bites, where every week we give you a helpful tip to help you on your health and fitness journey. This week we're going to talk about blood pressure, more specifically high blood pressure, and ways that you can lower it. High blood pressure can increase your risk of heart attack, stroke, and aneurysm and other health issues. So let's talk about ways we can bring blood pressure numbers back to normal. Number 1, get more rest. Getting between 7 and 9 hours of sleep alone can help to bring those blood pressure numbers down and back to normal range. Tip number 2, avoid stress. Stressful situations, stressful people. I know it's hard with everyday life, but try your best to avoid things that stress you and can raise your pressure. Tip number 3 is you can take some natural supplements. Supplements such as beet powder and magnesium have been shown to help lower those blood pressure numbers. Also, black seed oil has also been shown to be effective. Tip number 4, lower your sodium intake. That's right, cut back on the salt. Make sure you read the labels on your food. Make sure when you cook, you don't use too much salt in your food, and check the other seasons that might have salt added to them, and try to bring those sodium numbers down.
Your number 1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Businessman Mario Donato, you are our Facebook friend of the day. We say cheers to you. You are 81 years young today. And we also say a happy birthday, and we hope that you enjoyed your special day. And that concludes The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire news team here in the North, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight comes your way next.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, Cat Island primed for jobs. Atlantis and Labor's increasing tensions. Gibson jury impaneled. And in sports, final viewing of a champion. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
ZNS News is linked up by BTC. Whether it's chatting, gaming, content creating, or working smart to get things done, link up to stay connected with BTC.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Makush Lopinder, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. The Prime Minister touts a bold vision for Cat Island that includes infrastructural upgrades and a multi-million-dollar amended project. The announcement coming this morning during the Prime Minister's address to Cat Island's business outlook at the Fernandez Bay Resort. Kalapama has the story.
Cat Island Business Outlook participants heard firsthand the multi-million-dollar developments on tap for Cat Island, Rumkey, and San Salvador. Area MP, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, KC, highlighting that construction will soon start by Cat Island partners of the mixed-use Gulf Resort, residential and marina project for Old Bight, whose ground was broken way back in 2009. Setbacks inclusive of insufficient crown land for the marina finally resolved.
Developers, as recently, we applied to my government with a scaled-down redesign proposal. That new proposal for the Cat Island partners, $160.45 million mixed-use golf resort, residential, and marina project at the PGA Village in Southeast Cat Island has received government approval.
Prime Minister Davis noted the existing heads of agreement has to be amended. The good news, 150 Bahamian jobs during construction and 300 once completed.
Phase 1 is slated to include the construction of 125 single-family residential lots, 11.6 acres of multi-family residential pads, 6 and 9 holes of the original Reese Jones golf design.
Other Cat Island upgrades include roads with work slated to start this Friday. Willie Simmons, Chief Operations Officer of Cat Island Development Company Limited, is poised to jumpstart 56 miles of roads and 95 miles of water main infrastructure, having signed a $80 million contract.
We aim to put in the proper infrastructure so this island can grow and people can come here and see all the potential that Cat Island has to offer. The time frame we have for this project is 2 years, and we're looking to have that completed on schedule.
With Cat Island already leading tourist arrivals of all family islands and contributing a record level $34.2 million to the country's gross domestic product in 2021, officials anticipate a further boost once both the Dubai Airport gets its new terminal building, fire station, and maintenance facility, and work on the Arthurstown Airport gets underway. A&M Construction have the contract for the New Bight Airport and Knowles Construction and Development Company, Arthurstown.
We're pretty excited to start work as soon as possible because we know that the residents here is long overdue for a proper modern facility.
The terminal looks to house about 200 individuals. We're looking forward to also employ locals. You know, we want to extend the invitation to the locals already. Come forward.
The runway is 7,000 feet long. I'm proud to say that my father built it in 1968, and I'm happy to be able to go and resurface it. Rough shape now, it hasn't had attention for a long time. The last time that it was resurfaced was in 1979, and so it really needs attention.
Clinics, schools, and seawall improvements are also scheduled for Rumkey and San Salvador. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Carla Palmer.
While the argument continues to be made for the government to do more to improve the ease of doing business in the Bahamas. After all, it's key to creating an environment conducive to investment. Speaking to the issue during his Business Outlook address in Cat Island this morning, Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honourable Philip Davis, says his administration is exploring this possibility.
We allow business license applicants to receive a notional license until their business license can be formalized. If one applies for license renewal, for example, and the application is tied to whether one's taxes are current or not, I want to address that issue to make the process more conducive to commercial activity. So if there's a question about what is owed, either in your national insurance contribution or your real property tax or your business license fees, then talk about it, but don't close the business.
Now, the Prime Minister's recommendation follows a recent notice issued by the Department of Inland Revenue advising that come next month it will have the power to sell properties, commercial, resident, and foreign-owned vacant land whose real property tax has remained unpaid for 7 months. The only exception to the rule, Bahamian owner-occupied property. Well, meantime, Press Secretary Clint Watson's hoping to allay a concern Centerville MP Jomo Campbell expressed in the House of Assembly yesterday regarding the Nassau cruise port and its obligation to invest some $8 million towards downtown's extensive beautification project. The money, part of the port's agreement.
So they have 1 year once they open officially to fulfill the obligation of the $8 million. And the purpose of the $8 million will be to inject into small businesses in the area, particularly to help with their growth. And that should happen within the first year once they're open.
Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honourable Chester Cooper, meantime, sees the new Nassau Cruise Port as a positive for Bay Street and straw vendors. And this despite Centerville MP Jomo Campbell's concerns that the facility's opening could lead to the slow and painful death of downtown tourist attractions. Cooper says the facility will be good for existing and new entrepreneurs.
We have strategically positioned the exit of the Nassau Cruise Port so that it goes into the straw market. We are increasing daily the number of passengers coming to Nassau through the Nassau Cruise Port. We're now at a record level of about 30,000 a day, and we expect this number to increase exponentially over time after the port opens. And therefore, I expect that entrepreneurs, existing straw vendors, and new shops will be created. I expect that this port is going to be the catalyst to drive development and to drive the revitalization of Bay Street.
Now, while Campbell expressed hope straw vendors will benefit from an increase in business, Cooper says there's always been a concern about entrepreneurs making money, but he feels the new cruise port will change this.
A rising tide will float all boats. We're going to get more tourists coming to our shores. We're going to get more cruise tourists landing at the Nassau Cruise Port. And, you know, if we think about our own behavior as tourists, when we arrive, we don't stay in the airport. We don't stay in the cruise port. We don't stay at our hotel. That's only the entryway. We venture out. And therefore, we encourage Bahamians to create more product, more tours, more experiences. And this will be the draw for our tourists and our guests to come out of the port and to spend more money. So I'm confident that this will uplift the entire area.
In related news, Grand Bahama's continued beautification a priority. During the office of the Prime Minister's briefing in Grand Bahama this morning, Minister responsible for that island, the Honourable Ginger Moxie, cited the numbers.
With our new budget, there was an allocation of about 3.7 million, I think, that went to the new unit called CoLab. Every dime of that was used for beautiful Grand Bahama. Also, there would have been, in the midterm budget communication, there was an amount of 5.4 million that was allocated to what was called Grand Bahama Beautification, which would have been beautiful Grand Bahama. And that was because of the impact on, I say, between 350, 370 individuals, because it peaked at some point.
Well, that Department of Labor's investigation into the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort not sitting well with its executives. Our AltaV's Munnings joins us live in studio with the latest on this continued head-butting between the two. Good evening, AltaV's.
Good evening, Makushla, and good evening, Bahamas. It's been nearly 2 months now since Atlantis' president and managing director, Audrey Oswell, issued that formal communication to staff on the environmental concerns raised over Royal Caribbean International's proposed beach club on Paradise Island. And according to the resort's Senior Vice President of Government Affairs and Special Projects, Vaughn Roberts, resort officials still didn't know the details of the complaints labor officials say they received from staff about it. What he did confirm, though, was that labor officials were at the resort last week to survey staff members on the matter, and that the cooperation showed at the time was very much different than what has been demonstrated between both entities over the past 25 years.
We were very disheartened by it, but we stand firm in our view that our employees can make the right decisions, good decisions of their own. And we were basically just sharing information around why we stood out as Atlantis with respect to the environmental concerns.
Atlantis officials are also not certain the survey generated much feedback.
It didn't reach all of our employees, and we saw the cards on the floor in the parking area. So it's not clear to us yet how many responses they got. They apparently are tallying up and summarizing the findings, and so we look forward to seeing what the survey uncovered.
Resort officials say they're not really concerned about the survey's results, but rather the Department of Labor's approach to administer the exercise.
We view ourselves as an important corporate citizen in the Bahamas. We're the largest private sector entity here. And we've had a very good relationship with the Department of Labor and certainly the Bahamas government over the many years of our development and operation. And this was just a bit of a surprise for us.
Well, we contacted Director of Labor Robert Farquharson on Atlantis' concerns regarding their probe. He emphasized that the Department of Labor is a statutory authority obligated to investigate and report matters regarding workers of the Bahamas, and that the agency will not be dictated by any employer in the execution of its duties and responsibilities. Reporting live in studio for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altaviz Munnings. Back to you, Makashla.
Well, thanks, Altaviz. In related news this evening, no fast food outlets on Paradise Island. That's the stance Atlantis officials took over a year ago to a proposal to open Wendy's and Marco's Pizza franchises in the former Scotiabank building on Paradise Island, and they're not budging from that position today. According to Atlantis' Senior Vice President of Government Affairs and Special Projects, Vaughn Roberts, resort officials want to sustain PI's idyllic environment.
So we oppose it on the basis of, the potential to create traffic and congestion. We don't think it fits in with the ethos and the aesthetics of what we aspire for Paradise Island. We don't really see it as competition. Our food and beverage business is about $200 million a year. So, a single fast food outlet is not really a threat to us.
Stakeholders add that the presence of fast food outlets on Paradise Island can also impact its high-end investments.
And we are aware as Atlantis of a number of significant luxury projects that are underway here on Paradise Island. Some that we're proposing as Atlantis, and then others that other developers are proposing. Sterling Hurricane Hole, the Four Seasons owners are developing a luxury residential Four Seasons, and there are other projects as well. So collectively, we just feel like whether it's today or whether it's our aspirations for Paradise Island, we really don't see how a Wendy's and a Marco's Pizza fits at that location on PI.
And still on Atlantis, the Sunset Point restaurant at Harborside closed until further notice following a structural fire. Officer in charge of Police Fire Services, Chief Superintendent Kenrick Morris, confirming the incident to our news team, adding that it took 4 fire trucks about an hour to fully extinguish the blaze that was confined to the restaurant's main kitchen area. Now, while police are still determining the fire's official cause, authorities maintain no one was injured. Foul plays not suspected. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
We just got the new fiber internet speed bump. Now my internet so fast I can watch 2 4K movies, play video games, and browse on my computer at the same time.
Yeah, my internet so fast I could download a whole season of shows before my noodles run cooking.
Mine so fast when I go to church online, service actually over early.
Mine so fast when I'm working from home, 5 o'clock, come before 3.
Sound like you got this BTC fiber internet speed bump like me.
When it's so fast, I had to have it.
Current fiber internet bundle customers now have as much as 3 times the speed. Totally free. Link up with BTC. From the experts that created the Kentucky Chicken Sandwich comes the crispy barbecue sandwich. Bacon, cheddar cheese, crispy onions, and the most delicious Kentucky Fried Chicken. Get ready for a whole new level of flavor. KFC. It's finger-licking good.
Hey, Mom, can you look after Kaylee?
Sorry, I'll be out for a while dealing with my home and car insurance.
What? You know there's a newer way, right?
A new way?
Where have you been? Look, go to newerinsurance.com, log in, get your quote, buy your insurance, done. You can even use it to manage a claim.
Oh? By the way, it's not newer. It's N-U-A. Where's she been?
Do it anyway with NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers.
This segment of the news is brought to you by RBC. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean/GearUp for an RBC auto loan.
A 5-man, 4-woman jury has been selected to hear evidence in the corruption trial of Long Island MP Adrian Gibson and 5 other defendants. However, before the jury was impaneled, the defendants were all rearranged on a total of 98 charges, ranging from fraud to bribery, money laundering to receiving. Gibson is facing 56 of those charges, stemming from his tenure as executive chairman of the Water and Sewage Corporation. He's accused of gaining a financial advantage of more than $1 million from granting those contracts and laundering the money by buying property and vehicles. Prosecutors further allege that Gibson was aided in the scheme by his co-conspirators, his cousin Rashay Gibson, Joanne Knowles, former WSC General Manager Elwood Donaldson Jr., Peaches Farquharson, and Jerome Missick. Allegations they all deny. Over 40 witnesses are lined up to give evidence at the trial, scheduled to begin on Tuesday, May 23rd, before Justice Cheryl Grant Thompson. Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Senator the Honorable Ryan Pinder, coming down heavy on the United Nations to provide a framework for stability and rule of law in strife-torn Haiti. The island nation has long descended into turmoil with gang violence and political instability. The order of the day.
Madam President, it seems that the multilateral institutions around the world and the big countries around the world have abandoned their obligation to bring stability in the country of Haiti and have left it to our region of small island developing states with limited capacity and our own domestic challenges to marshal the situation. That is not appropriate in a global and international environment. That's right. They need to step up to the plate on this issue, Madam President. Where is the United Nations? It's a humanitarian crisis, and they're not there.
Pinder, who recently returned to the capital from the UN's Universal Periodic Review in Geneva, Switzerland, was today leading off debate on a resolution to establish a parliamentary committee on human rights.
Our full report of the working group on the Universal Periodic Review is due to be submitted tomorrow. So it's a continuous process. It's about a 3-week process just to get to the final report. And that doesn't even include what you have to do after the fact. The 233 recommendations of member states, that's how many are in the final report, will be examined by the Bahamas, and we will provide responses in due time, but no later than the 54th session of the Human Rights Council, which is to be heard later this year.
Over in the lower chamber, opposition leader and Marco City Member of Parliament Michael Pintard yesterday raised concerns regarding the Central Bank Act.
When we said that the government, through the amendment of the Central Bank Act, they actually admitted to having broken the law in taking possession of an illegal loan. And up and down, the government denied this. We just read into the record of the House of Assembly from the Central Bank report. They listed it not as a government asset and them acting as Freetown suggested, as an agent on behalf of the government. The government was given a loan, which it has to repay by the end of this year. What it is, Madam Speaker, it's something that reveals the mindset of this administration, a willingness to break the law. And Madam Speaker, and have no less than a government agency indicate that they have done so. And Madam Speaker, this isn't just one issue. This is one of several issues.
While taking exception to the term breaking the law, West End and Bimini member O.B. Wilchcombe responded with this.
Again, we are concerned about the terminology, about breaking the law. I think what was discussed in this Parliament during that debate was a misinterpretation or clarification of the law. And it was where the central bank and its attorneys proffered a particular view. And of course, the government and its attorneys in the Attorney General's office had another, which led subsequently to dialogue and then, of course, to debate. The government never intended to break any law, and we prefer if you refrain from that statement.
Well, still on Parliament, Killarney member Dr. Hubert Minnis yesterday took issue with what he claims is insufficient time to prepare for the change on the agenda. Members were at the time debating amendments to the Antiquities, Monuments and Museums Act.
We were scheduled today to debate the Ombudsman Bill, Madam Speaker, and about 24 hours before we were to debate, the governing side informed the opposition that there would be other legislation debated instead of what was scheduled. I take my responsibilities as a member of this House on behalf of the people of Killarney very, very seriously. I prepare in order to present a considered view on the matter before us. Members cannot have a proper view of this new amendment to the regulations of the Antiquities, Monuments and Museum legislation due to the short notice of this debate.
Well, again, the leader of government business offered up this clarification.
Insofar as what we're debating today, the truth is, and I was told by the former Prime Minister Hubert Ingham when he sat on this side, that legislation or proposed bills that are on the agenda for you to prepare, for you to know what is, and the government does not really have to tell you what's coming up, but you should always be ready. So for you to say you don't have means that you were not prepared, not that you were waiting to get prepared. You're supposed to always be prepared.
The National Report returns in a moment. Stay with us.
This portion of the news is being brought to you by the 50th Independence Secretariat. Go to their website, celebrate-bahamas.com, or their Facebook page, Celebrate Bahamas, to see the schedule of exciting events.
The National Independence Secretariat recently hosted a 50th Independence Jubilee Day production that brought together the best of Bahamian arts and culture, held at the historic Southern Recreation Grounds, where generations of Bahamians gathered to fight for fair labor conditions, majority rule, and independence. The night's event featured a range of talented artisans, showcasing our story through dramatic prose, music, and dance. And the festivities didn't stop there. With a diverse array of Bahamian vendors on hand, providing delicious food and refreshing drinks, the crowd was energized and ready to celebrate our beloved nation's journey to independence. But this is just the beginning. There are even more exciting events and celebrations to come as we continue on our road to 50 years of independence. So join the beat and visit celebrate-bahamas.com to stay up to date on all the latest news and events.
You can find it all at Builders Mall. From cement, lumber, block, plumbing, and electrical to paint, lights, vanities, and tiles. Not to mention all the tools you could possibly need to get the job done. Say if you're starting a major project, adding the finishing touches, or just doing some repair or rental work around the house. FYP, the Paint Center, and Tile King can help. Stop by or call 601-8453. Located 69 Wolf Road, Nassau. You can find it all at Builders Mall. Building, painting, and tiling, the Bahamas.
This is the super versatile Ring Stick-Up Cam. It goes indoors, outdoors, outdoors in the rain. It's got two-way talk. Hey, Eddie. Works with Alexa. Comes in tons of power options and works with Ring Alarm to start recording automatically if something's going on. Seriously? Seriously. So start protecting your home with the easy installing indoor-outdoor Stick-Up Cam by Ring.
With the help of our authorized financial institutions, or AFIs, using sand dollars is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Step 1. Identify your preferred AFI by browsing their websites or contacting them directly. Step 2. Download the free mobile application from Google Play or the Apple Store and then register for a sand dollar account. Step 3. Load money onto your mobile app and begin sending and receiving sand dollars or purchasing and selling goods and services.
We are pleased to be
your central bank approved
digital wallet providers.
It does not matter
Which of us you choose?
You can pay for goods and services
wherever sand dollar is accepted.
We are all in this together.
Visit sanddollar.bs for more information.
Good to grow. Keeping you in the know. Keeping you in the know. God, it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
Mother's Day weekend came alive in Mangrove Key as the area's homecoming festival brought residents from all over.
Mangrove Key is a special place in the Bahamas because it's very similar to where I grew up, a fishing community. So to be here today and enjoy the regatta in Mangrove Key with the residents, it's exciting for me. But I always love regattas, and today seems to be a beautiful, windy day. People are coming out with their stalls and try to bring some economic impact here to Mangrove Key as well.
And that economic impact was surely felt, according to the area MP, Leon Lundy.
Well, people look forward to this annual event because it's so important for the economic stimulus of the entire island. I can tell you, we look forward to the rooms being sold out, no rental cars. I almost had to rent a bicycle in order to get here, but luckily I caught someone coming off of the dock, so I'm good now. I'm at the park, about to enjoy myself with some nice food.
While the onshore activities were well underway, sailors and skippers forecasted what the weekend's windy conditions may have in store.
Right now, it's a little choppy, but we can try and make the best of it. You know? Good sailing breeze.
It's definitely windy, and it's gonna pose its own share of challenges, but we gotta adjust, adjust the rigging, adjust the weight, and all of that to be able to properly compete.
While sailing went on despite the weather, there were some changes made with the hope of drawing more attention to the races.
We want to bring the boat close to the shore according to the tide so that people can actually see some of the boats, and I think that would bring some of the fan base back.
The ministry congratulates all the race winners. For Good to Grow, I'm Georgie O'Bain.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Mobile Assist has a new Visa card for the Bahamian market that has some pretty unique features. Opal Roach has the details.
Mobile Assist, a transactional platform licensed by the central bank, which allows businesses and individuals to conduct transactions within a mobile environment, is announcing a brand new Visa card with some interesting features. Co-founder and CEO of Mobile Assist, Donovan Moxie, tells us more.
We're very excited about our new Visa product that we just released. We have a Visa rewards card that's actually tied to our customers' digital wallets. And so what this rewards card allows our customers to do is to make purchases anywhere Visa is accepted. What's also important with this card is it's tied to your digital wallet. So you have the ability to move money from your Mobile Assist account, your Sand Dollar account, into this Visa card and vice versa. So you have complete flexibility in how you utilize the funds that you receive from Mobile Assist. In addition to that, if your company pays you to your Mobile Assist wallet, you can actually transfer these funds to that Visa card and spend them normally. So we're very, very excited about providing that product to our customers.
Now, this Visa card has some special benefits. Mr. Moxie explains.
The major benefit to Bahamians for using this card is essentially having flexibility when you want to spend. And so you can spend online and you can spend anywhere in the world. And the other thing that we offer, it is a rewards card. So this is the major benefit. And so we're tied into a rewards network. And so you have the ability to essentially enjoy discounts at over 350,000 retailers, including hotels, rental car companies, restaurants, favorite shops, you name it. Some of our discounts can be as high as 40 or 50% off of merchandise. The beauty of this as a rewards card is that you don't have to worry about earning points. All of your rewards are instant. Once you get the card, you log into the portal, and the portal shows you what's available to you for instant discounts. So it's an instant benefit card that we believe everybody would like and enjoy.
And how can we get this new Visa card? Well, Moxie outlines the process.
The application for the card is within the Mobile Assist app. And so if you don't have the app already, you can go to the Google Play Store or the iPhone App Store and download the app. If you want to search for it, it's a keyword, Mobile Assist, no spaces. And then once you've downloaded the app, you can go through the application process that's within the app. And so we make it a very simple process that should take you no more than 3 to 5 minutes to complete. And so for us, we want to make sure that customers can do this on their own without the need to reach out to us at all in any way, shape, or form. And so we're excited about the possibilities, and we look forward to customers downloading the app and applying for the card.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Opal Roach.
Well, the road to celebrate the country's 50th independence continues today. Her Excellency Leslie Miller Bryce, co-chair of the Independence Secretariat, announced the 10 finalists of the Independence Song Competition.
Oh, Bahamas by Zoe Turner. The Greatest Place on Earth, James Hepburn. It's a Celebration, Georgina Martin. Golden Jubilee, Nicholas Hyler. Black, Aqua, and Gold, Aisha McPhee. Together as One, Carrington McKenzie. One Nation, Chris Carey. My Bahama Land, Ebony Gibson. Soar, Antonio Thompson. One Nation's Legacy, Dale Knowles.
Miller Bryce says the next stop is announcing the top 3 winners. As for the top 10 winners in the Independence Poetry Competition,
in the primary division, we have Delia Culmer of Woodcock Primary School as the winner. In second place, Daniel Roca of Uriah McPhee Primary School. In third place, Caitlin Bukes of Lyford Key International School. That is the primary division. In the junior high division, Gabrielle Pinder of Temple Christian. She is the overall winner. Renisha Brown, Deep Creek Middle School. She got second place. Nevaeh Kerr of Kingsway Academy. Congratulations on your third place winning. In the high school division, our winner was from CV Bethel High School, Shamar Nottage. In second place, CV Bethel High School, Shekinah Richardson. And in third place, Adara Pratt of Kingsway Academy.
Well, Carnival fever rising. Tonight we hear from one of the bands set to hit the road this Saturday with the goal of crafting an experience like none other. Organizer for Bahamas Masqueraders, Tim A, says this year's theme is the essence of Carnival.
This is the first official, real, I would like call it full-fledged carnival since the pandemic. And over the years, we wanted to get back to the root. The essence of carnival really means to partake in carnival. We've had many things over the years, like illumination, but we just want to get, since it feels like a new day, it feels like those 2 years off. Even though we went on the road last year, we had 2-3 weeks to prepare, and we had a full year prepared to get back to the essence, what it really means to go on the road for carnival.
Tim A sharing that this year more than half of the band members set to hit the road are from international cities, a clear sign the event is growing.
So we have 1,000 people. We have 2 sections completely sold out. That's the in the mass section, which is the red and burgundy section. And we have liming, which is the green section sold out. By the time the night passes, you'll be sold out the bacchanal section, the blue section. We have Juve left. So we have over 1,000 persons, 50% being overseas. And if you are still interested, we are still taking in people in the Juve section.
Well, as we head to the break, we'd like to thank all our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. Just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
3, 2, 1.
The countdown is on. Come on down to Bahamas Liquidation and Auction Center warehouses on Mackey Street and McCarty Road and get up to 90% off on these hotel furnitures. This is a sale you don't want to miss. Call us today at 698-0123 or WhatsApp us at 557-2522. And like us on Facebook, Bahamas Liquidation and Auction Center, where you say hello to goodbyes.
The most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind. Link up with BTC and call it one and done. Link up with BTC and call it one and done.
So, the setting is not the Big Apple, but the night promises to be as glamorous as the Cancer Society of the Bahamas hosts its 21st annual Met Gala Ball, Saturday, May 27th at the Atlantis Grand Ballroom.
I've been a part of the Cancer Society for almost 20 years. BTC has been very notable in partnering with nonprofit organizations such as the Cancer Society. And so by no means is a very welcoming and it's a very noble thing for them to do because you're giving back. We are so happy. So again, we're very thankful to BTC for partnering in this great way because we know, like I said, every dollar counts in the fight towards saving lives for cancer.
It's been a great experience to staff, the whole establishment. It's very, very helpful. They're very beneficial to persons that comes in from the islands. I have family, friends, relatives here, but it's more convenient for me, transportation-wise, to get to and from my treatments.
We are excited for this 21st annual ball, Met Gala, a golden celebration. So we are all looking to celebrate. Come enjoy what we have planned for you. Great entertainment, lots of prizes, great food. We had the food tasting yesterday, and it is off the chain. BTC is one of them who are always there for the Cancer Society. I can say from the ball perspective, they've always supported us, and we really, really appreciate it.
For more information or to purchase tickets, visit cancerSocietyBahamas.org. These are still the moments that move us. I'm Corvell Pfeiffer. Be well and be back here. Next, BTC Connection.
Kirkland's residents breathing a sigh of relief after power was restored there this after being left in the dark for several days due to a generator's mechanical problems. We got this update from BPL Senior Manager for Corporate Communications, Arnett Ingram.
The electricity supply is currently on in Kirkland, and that's the good news. We restored power Wednesday afternoon after the local team and the team out of New Providence were successful in completing repairs to one of the units we had on the island already. Now, notwithstanding that, the 500 kilowatt unit that we shipped to Spring Point on Tuesday arrived just after 8 a.m. this morning. The unit was offloaded from the boat and transported to the Spring Point power station. It is at the power station when the team is completing the preparatory work to have that unit installed and then brought online to provide power to the communities that receive electricity from the Spring Point Power Station. So our plan is that the new unit will be the primary provider, and we will have 2 additional units available as backup to prevent any major generation challenges for that island.
Well, crossing over now to news from the crime beat, detectives are in Exuma tonight assisting police in searching for a trio of armed robbers. Police report that a male and female visitor were asleep in their Georgetown vacation home around 12:15 this morning when they were woken by 3 masked men wearing dark clothing, all armed with firearms. The men reportedly blindfolded the victims, drove them to a nearby automatic teller machine where the victims were forced to withdraw an undisclosed amount of cash. Police confirming that during the incident, the victims were not physically harmed and released shortly thereafter. Authorities now need any details they can get on this matter. If you can help, please contact police at 919-911, the Georgetown Police Station at 336-2666 or 7, or the Criminal Investigations Department right here in New Providence at 502-9991-3. Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather, and for that we turn to Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Makisha. Partly cloudy skies this evening. Temperature 82 degrees. The relative humidity at 75%. We have south-southeast winds at 11 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,014.3 millibars. That is 29.96 inches. And the pressure is steady. Temperatures around the family violence this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 82 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Greentoll, Key, and Marshall, Babico. The Berry Islands at 83, Alistown, Bimini, 84 also in Harbor Island. Rock, Sandy, Lutra, 82, Black Point, Exuma, and Camp Space at Andros, also reporting 82 degrees, 81 at Fresh Creek, Central Andros. Artistan, Cat Island, San Salvador, Rum Key, and Georgetown, Exuma, all at 82 degrees, 82s again in Ragged Island, Clarence, San Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Maguana, 83, Acklands, 83, Matthewtown, and Agua, a little warm there at 85 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 83 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Towel King, and the Paint Setter. For all areas tonight through tomorrow, which is Friday, light and variable winds, so seas going to remain very flat at 1 to 3 feet. High tide occurs at 8 tonight. We expect another high tide at 8:16 tomorrow morning. Now, as we take you into Saturday in the northwest and central islands, the winds light and variable again with flat seas. High tide, that's going to occur around 9 in the morning with the low tide at 3:02 in the afternoon. Now for the southeast Bahamas, we'll see a slight increase in those winds coming out of the southeast at 10 to 15 knots, and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. That's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Worried about losing your furniture to costly termite damage? You need Rentokil Initial's Drop-and-Go Furniture Fumigation, the only service like it in the Bahamas. Simply drop your furniture at a fumigation container located at 5th Terrace, Centerville, and collect your termite-free piece within days. Sealed with our termite-free guarantee. Fast, convenient, affordable. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rentokil Initial.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at the service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you can be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one and the car say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
When you combine decadence, luxury, passion, and attention to detail, you've described Café Channy Noël and Patisserie. Signature authentic French macarons, croissants, pastries for breakfast and lunch will take you on a European Epicurean journey. Enjoy your favorite handcrafted cocktails, coffees, cappuccinos, espressos, and lattes. Life is sweet at Café Channy Noël.
The National Independence Secretariat recently hosted a 50th Independence Jubilee Day production that brought together the best of Bahamian arts and culture, held at the historic Southern Recreation Grounds, where generations of Bahamians gathered to fight for fair labor conditions, majority rule, and independence. The night's event featured a range of talented artisans, showcasing our story through dramatic prose, music, and dance. And the festivities didn't stop there. With a diverse array of Bahamian vendors on hand, providing delicious food and refreshing drinks, the crowd was energized and ready to celebrate our beloved nation's journey to independence. But this is just the beginning. There are even more exciting events and celebrations to come as we continue on our road to 50 years of independence. So join the beat and visit celebrate-bahamas.com to stay up to date on all the latest news and events.
Have you been denied a U.S. visa and don't understand why? Have you been turned away from the U.S. border without an explanation? Maybe you've had a prior arrest or conviction and you're not clear on how to move forward at this point. Call our office. We may be able to help. 954-449-1833.
With the help of our authorized financial institutions, or AFIs, using sand dollars is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Step 1. Identify your preferred AFI by browsing their websites or contacting them directly. Step 2. Download the free mobile application from Google Play or the Apple Store and then register for a sand dollar account. Step 3. Load money onto your mobile app and begin sending and receiving sand dollars or purchasing and selling goods and services.
We are pleased to be
your central bank approved
digital wallet providers. It does not matter
which of us you choose.
You can pay for goods and services
wherever sand dollar is accepted.
We are all in this together.
Visit sanddollar.bs for more information.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 9th Fifth Terrace, Centerville, right in the heart of the medical service epicenter of Nassau, Bahamas.
What does disability look like? In a busy airport terminal? At the check-in counter? At security checkpoints? Or even in baggage claim? Passengers with hidden disabilities often go unnoticed. Globally, 1 in 7 persons have some form of a disability. 80% of those disabilities are non-visible. In an airport environment, workers are often unaware of hidden physical, mental, or neurological disabilities that some passengers live with. This can lead to frustration and a less than ideal travel experience. So, how do we make the invisible more visible? At LPIA, we've implemented the Sunflower Lanyard program. The lanyards are visual cues for airport workers to immediately identify passengers who might need additional assistance. NAD is teaming up with the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities and key stakeholders at LPIA to launch the internationally recognized initiative. We're joining more than 180 airports and 26 countries already in the program. NAD is the first organization in the Bahamas to recognize the Sunflower Initiative. It's a way to show our continued commitment to making LPIA a safe, welcoming, and inclusive airport for all. Passengers needing to secure a free Sunflower lanyard can email sunflower@nas.bs or call 1242-397-8600. For more information, visit www.nassauLPIA.com.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Well, welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check, everybody. I'm Marcellus Hall. Tomorrow will be the state-recognized funeral for boxing great and legend Ray Minas Jr. Today was the final chance to pay your respects. Charles Fisher on the scene.
The atmosphere was fitting for a statesman at Westfield Memorial Mortuary. The champion precious bells and photos on display. Family members being greeted by Reverend Dr. Ivan Butler, who will deliver the sermon at the state-recognized funeral on Friday at Kemp Road Ministries. Ray, looking good, dressed in his National Hall of Fame jacket, having been inducted into the class of 2022. The first to arrive to view the body and sign the book of condolences was Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, who afterwards met with the family and spoke about what Ray meant to this country.
Ray Minas Jr. is indeed a legend, and he will be remembered for his significant contribution to sports, to boxing, and to the upliftment of the spirit of the Bahamian people. It gave us a true sense of pride and celebration that a young man from the Bahamas, a small country of perhaps 350,000 at the time, could really go abroad and bring back the type of championships that he has done. I recall celebrating some of those victories. And as a young man, I want to recollect the great sense of pride that I shared with Ray Jr. at the time.
The Bahamas government showing their appreciation for the people by throwing a big punch.
I am delighted that the government of the Bahamas is able to show our appreciation in a tangible way, and certainly for the state-recognized funeral tomorrow. I believe this is most appropriate. We certainly must recognize individuals like Ray Jr., who's made these types of contributions to our country, the upliftment of our people, and of course, really demonstrating what it means to be a Bahamian, not just at home but abroad.
Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Boleg, also viewing the body, signing the book of condolences and greeting family members, and stating that Minas did more for boxing outside his professional career.
After his retirement, he would have came back and given to the country by opening his own club on Wolf Road, and he would have trained boxers like Chuchu Maki and many others who was up-and-coming stars and great boxers themselves. So he would have left his mark in the boxing world and his footprint in the Bahamas as an icon in sports.
Minas had many fights over his career. Minister Boleg remembers the ones that will forever stand out in the halls of Bahamian sports.
All right, thanks, Fisher. GSSA sudden death soccer action yesterday at the Roscoe A.L. Davies soccer field. Senior boys on the pitch, starting with the C.I. Walker Knights up against the Anatole Rogers Timberwolves. Lamont Cross, he had himself a big day. Cross accounting for all of the Knights' offense. He tallied 3 goals, 2 in the first half, and then again another in the second half to record the hat trick. That led his team to the victory 3-1. Timberwolves did have their chances on offense, unable to score, or rather only able to score to one. Cross saying he knew his team was depending on him to rise to the occasion.
You know, I had to come out here and get the win. They like man mark, so we use the space and the width and the length, and we just beat them.
Knights head coach Kellen Lewis a bit more reserved, but also confident.
Well, like my boy said, we're not afraid of anyone. We're not going to take them for granted, but we're going to be ready for them. So, yeah, whoever wins, hey, we're ready.
To the other semifinal matchup we go, where pennant winners GHS facing off against the Aaron Bailey Pacers in the red. This one a tightly contested ball game. Neither team able to score in the first half. In the end, though, it would be the Magic breaking through. They hold on for a 2-1 victory. GHS are the defending champions. They were undefeated all season, so should be a great championship game, which comes your way on Friday. And that's it. Your check on sports here on this Thursday. I'm Marcelo Saul. Don't move. We got more weather coming up.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Every day in May includes great specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets, including Cardinal Evaporated Milk, 14-ounce, $1.19. Sawyer's Mayonnaise, 30-ounce, $6.99. Coca-Cola Sodas, 6-pack, 12-ounce, $3.59. Sweet Strawberries, 1 pound, $5.99. Boneless Chicken Breast, $2.99 per pound. Donate your change to help feed the Humane Society animals at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Bahamas, get ready for the biggest all-Bahamian concert of the year. It's the 87th anniversary of radio, and Zedness is partnering with Keep the Vibe Alive Music Group to bring you a free all-star Bahamian concert on Friday, May 26th, on the grounds of the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. Featuring Chino D,
Watch out for them fakey friends.
Melody,
Take my out to the Billy Club.
The Falcons,
Sweet Island Light.
The Commission,
Oh, I love my husband.
Mama D,
Mama D.
Abby, E-Mac.
Don't you know that while you out looking for sugar, someone got to taste your honey?
And a whole lot more. It's all hosted by your favorite Zedness radio and television personalities. Food and drinks will be on sale. Come hang out with your favorite stars. It's the 87th anniversary of radio. Zedness and the Keep the Vibe Alive Music Group All-Star Bahamian Concert on the grounds of the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. Parkwood Rusty Bethel Drive, 8 p.m. to midnight. Happy hour starts at 5 p.m. Let's keep the vibe alive.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather at the surface, we have a weak high-pressure system, but there is a mid to upper-level low well to the west of the Bahamas, and that will continue to support showers and thunderstorms, which are all being advected towards the east. So from time to time, we'll have pockets of showers and isolated thunderstorms across the 700 hours tonight and tomorrow. Tonight, we're looking at patchy clouds, a bit on the warm side, with a thunderstorm or two in spots. 76 degrees for your low temperature, and tomorrow it's going to be thunderstorms again in the morning, and they're going to turn into partly sunny conditions in the afternoon. High temperature getting up to about 84 degrees. Your extended weather forecasts are looking like this. Bit off and on showers and thunderstorms on Friday. Things get a little better on Sunday with more sunshine in our forecast. That will carry right through the weekend into Tuesday, but come Wednesday of next week, we will see lots of cloud working its way back into our forecast. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, which could be heavy at times, can be expected on Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Temperature-wise, once again, we're holding you pretty close to the upper 80s during the daytime. Those nighttime temperatures holding in the mid-70s. Makishla.
Oh, thanks, Basil. That does it for the Bahamas tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching, and good night.
watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.